And fellow Toastmasters and guests who have come aboard. As you can see, the slides are now working. I don't know if any of you have ever witnessed a leadership speech with no slides. Well, this is going to be the first. So enjoy. New year, new ways of doing speeches. So I'm going to do a speech about motivating people from the Leadership Excellence series. Yay! So this is the advantage of creating your own slides, you get to draw on them. Because the slides are usually prepared from TI and it's not very exciting. Moving on to the first slide is what motivation means. First one, the people at the back, can you read it? If you can't, it's okay because you get to hear me say it is better. The first one is understanding others. Now, when you're a new member in Toastmasters, right? And you are speaking to someone who's already experienced. Most people who are really experienced and they're great speakers, not everyone tends to understand from the point of view of a timid person or an introvert. Like now, I guess it was Matilda, she's not here now, but she said that her aim this year is to improve in communication skills. Someone like Ethan might not know. He'll be like, communication skills improvement, what? I was born talking. I'm just saying, you might understand, but that's an example. So in order to be a good leader who wants to motivate the people, the followers, we need to first understand where they come from. Next, we have creating and maintaining. Creating and maintaining could be goals, I could say. We usually come up with different clubs. I don't know how Sunway is working now, but when I was the VPPR, my term, what we did was we created a goal. Not everyone reaches their 2017 goal, but clubs we try to. So we created a chart where we wanted CC1 to CC5 to achieve their CCs reach CC5 by a certain number of months, within a certain number of months. And then CC5 to CC10, we wanted to make them competent communicators by this point to get us the DCP goals, to reach the 9 or 10 out of 10 DCP points. And next we have providing opportunities. Now this is very important because many clubs that we have visited, we sort of noticed that they try to impress their guests by putting their best members to give speeches or to play roles. Now, that would create a good impact. It's going to give a very good image to the external Toastmasters that are going to come. They'll be like, whoa, Sunway University. I'm going to use Sunway University as the main character here, okay? So they're going to be like, whoa, Sunway University is a great club. All their speakers are good, their role players are great. But then those who actually need to improve would never feel motivated. They would never have the opportunity to step up and improve on their skills. I like how in our club, we take note of every member. I like how Ethan does his VPE job. I gotta give credits to you. And also I like how he picks on the members, especially he notices the ones that have not started CC1, which is important because your CC1 is the first step that you take. When I ask him, do you have a speech slot? He'll be like, oh, Miro, we have like certain members who have not started their CC1, so I'm going to get them started, so I'm going to give the slot to them. Good. I didn't go like, oh my God, Ethan, how could you? No. I was like, yes, Ethan, do it. Good job. It's really important to provide opportunities. And when I was trying to finish my CL manual, you have to focus on your CL manual as well. I like how CL manuals work because you have to push yourself to play those roles in the manual in order to become a competent leader. And one of the jobs that I did not really like was our counter because I was bad at it myself. So I was like, I'm just being a hypocrite pointing out on other people while I just sit there safe because no one is counting mine. But competent leader manual pushed me to perform that role and I was like, whoa, this is bad. This is so bad. Like, this person is saying so many times without even realizing it. And then I realized, okay, so from this point of view, I saw how it is. So when I went and spoke in front, I was more aware of what the counter was going through. And I kept looking at them much more, like you. I'm looking at you right now. Next, we have motivators. So the first motivator here, according to the slide I saw, was money. And I put the pound sign there because no one is motivated to get ringgit currently. But in Toastmasters, money is not exactly the focus. As you know, it's a non-profit organization. Alright? So next we have praise. Yes, praise. Everyone likes praise. And when you clap, it's already a form of praise. And we have public recognition, which is most commonly known as the competent leader and the competent communicator titles. Also, I guess how we have the habit of standing up, giving the standing ovation for the CC1 speeches and also CC10. I guess that is extremely important because you feel really motivated when people stand for you. You don't even know whether you gave a good speech or not, you know. But you, just because you came up here and you gave a speech, people are standing up for you. And then when you become a competent communicator, it's more of a graduation. Once people stand for you, right, you feel motivated to move on to your CC2. It is good because I've experienced it as well. When I gave my CC1, I got to say it was bad because I spoke about my whole family, but CC1 is to introduce yourself. So when Dr. Nagya, Shashwini's dad, he was my evaluator, he was like, Mirsha, it's to introduce yourself, but we got to know about your whole family. What about you? What do you like? And I was like, oh yeah, okay, so I clearly did not meet the objective. But people still stood up. So that's where it is. Sometimes when you want to motivate people, it doesn't mean that you are faking your recognition and you're faking the praise. Motivation sometimes does not have to be 100% true. Because eventually, when you motivate them, they will get where you want them to be at. And eventually, I did try my best to meet more objective in a better way. And other motivators are more responsibility and promotion. Now, more responsibility, when you say that, I guess not everyone is lazy. I can say that Ethan, I know you're really shocked. You're like, who wouldn't be lazy? But there are some people that are not lazy and they seek responsibilities because they feel important. I'd like to point out how EXCOs work. You have the president, the VPPR, VPE, VPM, treasurers, secretaries, and SAA. Many people look at how it is arranged, and then the lower it is, they think it's less important. But people don't realize how SAAs, their jobs work. Winnie, I'm talking about you. SAAs need to get food for people. I cannot imagine sitting in this room for 3 hours, rushing after work and not having food to eat. Alright? Arrange tables for people. So we're like, oh, the SA is in charge of this, in charge of that. But then, Winnie, do you feel important when you see people eat? You're like, that is because I'm here. No? Yes? You should feel that way. Motivate yourself, okay? Feel important, and not just EXCO members. The role plays as well. Alright, we cannot have a good meeting that's within time and people are going to go back on time if we don't have Jawei sitting there ringing the bell in our faces. Right, Jawei? Because nobody wants to stay here till 12. And next we have this one. Encourage team members to use their natural skills. I do trees and leaves because they're natural. Now, natural skills. I know many of us, those who have observed public speakers, how many of you are actually interested in speakers that you have witnessed who look like they're reading it from a script or they memorize their entire script and they're just reading it monotonously? How many of you have actually been interested in listening, going on further? Good, thank you, you're all listening to me, I like. But when you see speakers like Obama speaking, right, even Donald Trump, wow, by the way, who quoted him just now? That was the first time I saw someone quoting Donald Trump. When she said, like Donald Trump said, she couldn't even continue because people started laughing. Now, these people, although Donald Trump, I don't know if he's a good leader because he's yet to take the place, but he's still a good speaker because he has his own style. People have their natural skills and that's what makes them good speakers. And it motivates them because it makes them feel like they are themselves. If you go and tell me, if you come and tell me, I started off in Toastmasters, someone came and told me, Mirsha, I know it's your habit to move your hands a lot when you speak, but I think you should reduce it, just stop. That's it. I'll be like, I can't do this, man. This is me. I cannot become a good speaker if you want me to reduce. And if I did try, I'll be constraining myself, I won't be comfortable, and I'll be focusing so much on my natural skills that I would not try to improve myself in other aspects of becoming a good speaker. So it's important to encourage them. Encourage them on the good natural skills perhaps, because not everyone has really good natural skills. Next, and the last one, use appropriate recognition. Recognize immediately, for example, what we did with the standing ovation, or immediately a Toastmaster of the evening could say that was a great speech, or that was very interesting, I could see people were enjoying it. You already feel good when you're walking back to your place. That's a really good way to recognize people. Reward desired behavior. That is when you are in front here. And finally, address undesirable behavior. That I would advise you, if you want to motivate your speakers, it's always good to point out what is great in front and then what they could improve on at the back. But if you're an evaluator, of course, you have to tell them what they can improve on. Try to, take it with a pinch of salt when someone gives you an evaluation. And if you do want to give some harsh evaluations, especially to new speakers, try to do it off stage. Because if someone is going to come in front there and say, your body language was bad, your language was bad, you would focus more on the embarrassment that you got. You'll be thinking, oh, now everyone knows that my English is bad. Now everyone knows I'm not a good speaker. So the next time I come up here, they'll be like, oh, her speeches are not going to be good. So maybe I should just not go on it. So I guess it's very important to motivate people in a positive way. Yes, people do need criticisms to improve, but do it in a nice way so that motivations actually work, and that will make you a better leader. And to close it with the conclusion, this quote is from the TI website. It says, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. And that was said by John Adams, the 6th US president, which I might not hear from Donald Trump. Thank you very much.